Alright, what's good with y'all niggas, bruh? It's Don Coolio coming at y'all with another video. In this video, we finna be comparing Sparking Zero to the BT4 mods. But first, we gonna start out with Sparking Zero. So here go the title screen. Now, in terms of title screen, I do like the way the title screen look. I might put the intro in here somewhere. Because I don't know why. One thing that I will say about BT3 and all the other Tenkaichi games and the BT4 mod is that every time you turn the game on, you get an intro. Like, you know how you got like the intro where it like do like the little animation. Sparking Zero, it doesn't do that, and I feel like that sometimes that kind of takes you out of the immersion from the game. Like, I used to always, even if I only watched a few seconds of it, it still was hard to me that the fact that it played every single time, and that's something with Sparking Zero that I'm kind of disappointed about. I feel like they should have had that in the game. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. But let's get into the features of this game. Even though we already know what they are, I'm gonna go over them anyways. Okay. Now, like I said, the menu on here looks amazing. Like, I like how, you know, it rotates from, you know, Goku going different places. But here goes the story mode. We're not gonna take too long on this part. We already know what this is. We got the episode battle. You know, I'm not finna play this. Y'all gonna see that I do not have any of this done for real. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I got like a few percent, but that's just because my data got reset. I think I had basically almost finished Goku's. We got custom battle. I'm not clicking on that. Basically, episode battle, just for anybody, just in case y'all want me to explain, the episode battle is just story mode. And one thing that I do appreciate about this version, in contrast to other versions of the story mode on the other Tenkaichi games, is that on Sparking Zero, you get to play through different character stories. So it's not just one linear story that you're going through and you playing with different characters. You actually playing through different character story through their perspective on here, which is a cool you know, nod in my opinion. Custom battle, you get to create your own what if moments and stuff like that. I'm not clicking on that because that's gonna take too long and it's gonna ask me to set some stuff up. But those are two great features in this game. Do I think that the story mode in this game is better than the last Tenkaichis? No, I do not. But that's not the point. We gonna compare later on when I get to the BT4 mod. So this is the story menu. This is like the episode and custom battle menu. Let's get to the battle and training menu. So you got battle mode. You can go online. You got all these different options right here. You got player match, rank match, rankings, player match. You got all these different options. Y'all already know. You feel me? Which is cool. I do like those options. I like the fact that we got quick match. You know, that's one thing that in the BT3 game and the BT4 mod that we really don't have is online, but I mean, it is a 2007 game. You can play online on Wii though, and if you got if you have a Dolphin emulator, you can play online. But then you got offline mode. You got player 1 versus computer, CPU versus CPU, and P1 versus P2. You feel me? I always use player 1 versus computer to warm up. You got super training, you got battle training, and battle training is basically, I'm gonna click it right here. It basically gives you all, I mean, you basically have this same exact thing on all the Tenkaichi games. It goes through and it shows you, I don't know why there's a featured thing on there. I don't know whose idea that was, but you got select training type. Let me confirm right here. You got select training type. You got all these different battle rules. You got the beginner training, you got intermediate training, you got advanced training. I recommend if you somebody that's new to Sparking Zero, definitely go through these. This is not one of those games that you should pick up, and neither is the BT4 mod or BT3 in general. These are not the type of games that you can just pick up and think you're gonna play and be good at. That's impossible. You need to go through all the training modes. But yeah, you got the battle training. Let me get off of here. Let me go back to the main menu. You got battle training. You got regular training. You got regular training mode. And regular training is basically, you know, it's basically just, imagine if you was to go to like player one versus a computer, but the computer is basically a dummy. You can make the computer do things, you know, obviously. Then we got the world tournament mode. Now, in my opinion, I think that the world tournament mode on here was pretty cool. I think it's underutilized though, obviously. I don't know if it's getting a little too loud for y'all, but it's underutilized. One thing that's cool about this though is you can do room search, you can create rooms, and you can do an inner room ID, and I think that's pretty cool. You can create rooms, you can make a custom tournament where you can change up all these different things. You can change it to battle order, so you can do all these different things. You can change up all this different stuff that you want to change, bro. You can change up you can change up the player restrictions. See, you can do all this, bro. Like, I'm not finna go over all of it, but it's pretty cool, man. You didn't have the ability to play online on the other games, so that's one thing that in Sparking Zero that's always gonna be better than, you know, BT4 and the BT3 mod, or the BT4 mod and BT3. It's always gonna be better than those games in online, simply because you can play online. Now, the next thing we got is challenges and missions. I really shouldn't have to click this. I'm gonna be real with y'all. All this is just when you do certain things in the game, you get rewards for it. That's all that is. It's not nothing really too crazy, you know. Then you got the shop and customize, right? You got the shop. Now let's go to the shop, right? We gonna compare this shop to the BT4 shop, which is basically the BT3 shop. We gonna compare it, right? So we got the shop right here, right? Cool. Let's get into it. You got all these different capsules. I'm not finna go over each capsule. I have no reason of doing that. I had every capsule in the game at first, but y'all know my data got reset, you know, so I'm basically back at, you know, trash levels when it comes to that. Then you got the characters. You can buy characters on here. Do I agree that you should be able to buy characters on a Sparking Zero game or in a Tenkaichi game? No, I think you should have to unlock all the characters through the story. I think you should have to unlock every single character through the story. That's just me being honest. That would have made the lifespan of this game a lot longer. Now you got the outfits. You can also come over here and buy all these different outfits, right? So we got all these different outfits. They look nice. They look cool. You know, you can preview the outfits and stuff like that. Let me go to one of my favorite outfits right quick. Let me go to my nigga UI-san. You feel me? We got UI-san right here. Yeah, you feel me? You can do stuff like this and it's cool. You know, like I said, that's cool. You got voice lines for emotes. You know, you got stuff like that. That's cool. I'm not sure if they had that on the other Tenkaichi games. You know, that's a pretty cool addition that you can change. That you got the different sounds. Like I said, I had everything in the game at a certain point. It's just simply because my data got reset. But you got the different music in the background you can play. I got the anime music pack, so I'm not buying any of that. You got the different strategies that you can make the computer do in training mode, which is cool. That's something that I don't know. I don't think this was in the other Tenkaichi games, you know, so that's a pretty cool addition that they added to this one. Then you got the player background menus, right? Or the player card backgrounds, you know. It's only a few of them. I do think that's kind of trash that it's not that many player backgrounds. I think that's in my opinion, that's kind of a missed opportunity. I think they could have had more. You know, I would spend my money on one right now, but you know, I don't feel like it. You know, I'm gonna save my bread up for something else. But yeah, so that's all that's in the shop right there. Isn't it? As y'all can see, it's not really much. You can't buy auras, you know, you can't do a lot of different things. You got player card right here. I actually don't think it's gonna let me show this. Hold on. It actually didn't let me show my player card because I got anime music playing. So there's really no point in me showing that anyway. Y'all know what a player card is. Then you got the gallery. The gallery is just, you know, encyclopedia showing you like different characters and stuff like that. This is something that's in every Tenkaichi game. I think this was in every Tenkaichi game since the first Tenkaichi, even in the Rage and Blast games. It might have been in Ultimate Tenkaichi. I don't even know. But you basically got these different you can go through each transformation of Goku. You can go through all the different characters, and as you can see, it'll have Chi-Chi, Bulma, and Videl talking to you. I don't think Videl was in the older ones. Videl just recently got introduced into this one as one of the characters that talk. I think Bulma has always been one of them, Bulma and Chi-Chi. But as you can see, like I said, you can go through all these different transformations, you know. Y'all see I got my nigga GT Goku as my favorite. Let me see. Let me go to one of the Vegetas, you feel me? Let me see. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. Yeah, you feel me? So like I said, this is something that's been in every single Tenkaichi game. I'm not gonna stay on it too long. This is something that's been in every single Tenkaichi game. It's pretty cool. You know, like I said, not nothing too crazy. You got the theater mode. This is something that was in every Tenkaichi game, and you got the data. I'm pretty sure this was in every Tenkaichi game as well. You know, like I said, the menus is pretty cool. The fact that, you know, it takes you to different areas of the anime. You know, like we in Hercule's house. You know, we got Videl sitting right there. You know. But yeah, like I said, that's, you know, it's pretty cool. Then we got the Come Forth. You know, we got the Dragon Ball section. This is something I'm not really too sure whether or not you could do all this in the other Tenkaichi games. I never did, you know, if you could, but I'm not really sure whether or not you could or not. I don't really think it matters. It's not really that crazy of an ability. I also wanted to get on here and take a look at the maps right quick. You feel me? You got Planet Namek. You got open field, you got open field evening and night, you got Rocky Island, go through the evening and night cycle, city, daytime, evening and night, you know, world tournament, you know, we got that tournament of power stage, hyperbolic time chamber, land of the Kais, island, we got the night cycles, sail game, night cycles, city ruins, and we got destroy Planet Namek. Now, if we count all these different maps, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We got 12 different maps on here. That's only 12 maps. We not counting the night cycles and stuff as a new map, right? We got all that. We got different music that we can play in the background. We got all the anime music. However, you can't record using the anime music, which is very garbage. So, you know, that's one downside. But you got that, and you can change the rules. You know, you can change it to team DP. Change the level of the CPU. This right here, I think this is me just finna play like a match against the computer. You feel me? So yeah, like I said, these are all the maps. Now we are going to compare this to the BT4 mod in a second. You feel me? We're gonna compare it in a second. I don't know how I'm gonna clip this, but we're gonna compare it in a second. But yeah, these are all the maps in the game. Alright, so I wanted to give y'all like a quick little match of me fighting against somebody. I tried to get a match a second ago, but the moment I matched up with somebody, they had anime music on. So like I said, once again, that's something that's very trash about this game. But at least you can play online. So that's one thing I can say about this game is that, you know, at least you can play online against people. You're not just forced to play against the computer. But I guess back then, since you was forced to play against the computer and you was only able to do local play, it was probably a little bit better, and you probably had a lot more stuff to do in the game, you know, because you wasn't just solely relying on online play. But y'all see, I'm finna fight against a Bardock. This might be ambassador. Oh no, this Air Chucks. Okay, that's good. That's good that he in this video. All right, this one of my boys. I be playing against him all the time. Well, at least on quick match, I run into him all the time. I reacted to one of his videos too. But let's get it though. Let's see what Mr. Air Chucks is. Let's see what he doing on here. That man using Bardock, man. Okay. 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 Okay, Air Chucks. Okay, that's what we doing there, Chucks. That's what we doing. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. I got you. You gonna have to catch me, bro. Okay. Okay. Let's see if he run into this. Ah, then he died. He got out the way of it. Oh my gosh, bruh. This nigga love that, bruh. That ass out of here, man. That ass out of here, Mr. Air Chucks. GG's to him. I'll get another match in just for y'all in this vid. I'll get another match in right quick. Let me lock in, bro. Let me lock in. Dang, I fucked the combo up. Boy, this man going sparking on me every match. Oh no. You gonna have to catch me, boy. Okay, got him out of the second match. He messaged me and said that was his first match on. I mean, it damn near well for me too. I'm being honest. Okay. Oh no. You ready for those? Okay, good grab. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Got Mr. Air Chase up out of there. GG's to him, man. Appreciate you for being a part of this video. You feel me? I guess this can be a shout out for your channel, bro. This could be a shout out. How the matches look pretty much on Sparking Zero. Now we finna go ahead switch over to we finna go ahead switch over to the BT4 mod. Yeah, here go the title screen. You know, just for anybody that haven't seen it, yeah, this is a mod, by the way. Just letting you know once again, this is a mod. This is not a real game. This is just a mod over the BT3 game. So, bet let's get to the intro. Let's get to the comparison, right? So y'all remember we got the story mode. We had episode battle and custom battle on Sparking. You know, that's one mode. So now let's click on to something that's similar to it, right? We got the dragon history, right? So you know you got Goku talking to you. You know, whenever you finna start it. This is kind of hard angle. I always like the fact that they, you know, talk to each other. I feel like that was a cool little nod. That's something that only really happens in the Tenkaichi games too. But let's go ahead and skip past this though. Let's get to the, you feel me? You got the select difficulty, you got select scenario. Now let's look at all the sagas. You got the Saiyan saga, you got the Frieza saga, Android saga, Majin Buu saga, got the Dragon Ball Super saga. This is obviously something that was added in this game, you know, being Tenkaichi 4. We got GT, we got we already said Dragon Ball. It's supposed to be a special saga on here. I don't know where it is, but it's not on here. That's the saga where you got like the what's it called, Gogeta Z, and you know, Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. But you know, we got all that. We got staff credits for the people that made Tenkaichi 4. Once again, shout out to them. Them is people that really love the Tenkaichi franchise, and they, you know, they didn't take any shortcuts. So you know, shout out to them. But let's go ahead and go back. Like I said, that's the story mode. Now, let's go to the timeless. Now, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of this stuff I'm not even too hip to it. You feel me? It was so much stuff in here. You got hero mode, you got parallel quests. This is something right here that's only exclusive to BT4, to the mod. Now this is something that's kind of like taken from Xenoverse, I'm assuming, because these are two Xenoverse characters. You got hero mode, you got parallel. I'm not sure what hero mode is. I'm not sure what that is at all. I'm pretty sure it got something to do with Xenoverse. Y'all let me know down in the comments what that is. You got parallel quests. We know what that is. That's like just alternate timelines, you feel me, that you gotta go fix. We got challenges. Then we got some special right here that I'm pretty sure you gotta play these to unlock. I have no idea what they are. You feel me? You got challenges. You feel me? So that already alone is something right there that we don't have in Sparking Zero. All for real. That's one thing that they did, that modders did to an old game that we already don't have. We got the Dragon Ball World Tour. Let's see how this works. Right? So you got the regular World Tour. That's, I think if I'm not mistaken, this one right here is off rip. You can only do one of them. Like this is something like you can gain Dragon Balls from. You can get all sorts of stuff from this, right? But basically how it works is it's only a set tournament that you can play in. Like you can't play in all of them. This is one that like, and it's just random throughout the game. Like if I was to click this, it's gonna have a set difficulty. You get money, you know what I'm saying, yada yada yada. It's gonna have a set difficulty and all. You feel me? And so, like I said, I'm not finna go ahead and do it because I don't want it to start up. But then you got the free mode where you can obviously choose which tournament that you want to do. My favorite one was the Other World tournament. I used to always do the Other World tournament because it just looked hard to me. You don't get no money for it because you set it up. Obviously, it don't make sense to give you money. You can change the difficulty, you know. And then if I'm not mistaken, like I said, in the other one, it has a specific difficulty already chosen for you. If I'm not mistaken, let's see. Yeah, see, it's on the first difficulty. Usually it'll be on the last difficulty, but depending on the difficulty, you'll get more money for it, you know. And that's just something, like I said, that's pretty unique to this game. That give you something to do by yourself, you know, not just a tournament where you basically get nothing for it. You know, they give you something to do. Then you got the duel mode, right? So boom, you got single player, you got two player, which will be split screen, you got spectator mode, and you got battle settings. I'm assuming spectator is I'm assuming spectator is if you had like the computer fighting against the computer. Then you can change the settings. Obviously, you got now you can change the announcer voice, which is hard. That's something you don't have. You could change it to where map destruction is on, or you can turn it off because every map has map destruction. If I'm not mistaken, you can change the time to infinite. I don't think you can change it to infinite on Sparking Zero. If I'm not mistaken, like I said, you can change everything on here. Fighting the CPU on very hard it ain't gonna lie, it's definitely a challenge. You got single player, solo, team battle, and DP battle. You know, I always play solo battle, obviously. You know, we ain't gonna get too much into this just yet, but you know, you got all the characters. Like let's look at the characters right quick, bro. Let's look at the characters. So you got, I'm not finna go over all the characters. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. You got Goku early, mid, end, and Goku end. Instead of putting Goku Super on here, they just added Goku. They just added the transformations to Goku end. So you got Super Saiyan God and you got Super Saiyan Blue, right? So cool, boom. Now let's go over to Vegeta. Vegeta, one thing I liked about what they did with Vegeta was instead of having evolved to be its own like just like upgrade to blue, it's his own actual transformation, which I think is pretty cool. What they did with Goku, you can't see the moves on here, but what they did with him was they made his Kaioken just like a stock move, you know, which is cool. I don't think that's a bad thing, and it's a sparking mode. You feel me? That's hard. Like, because that's really what it's supposed to be. You know, it's supposed to be like something that's like an end all be all. Like he not finna sit in Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 for the whole match because he gonna mess around and die. You feel me? But yeah, like I said, you got the Gogetas, you know, you got the Vegetos, you know. But one thing that I like about this game, and this is something that I'm not gonna say I complained about it in Sparking Zero, but let's go to GT Vegeta right quick. GT Vegeta has a base form. AP, if you watching this, I know you're gonna mess with this. They got GT Vegeta in base, Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2, and then they got him transforming to Super Saiyan 4. That's how it should have been. I ain't gonna lie, I think that's how it should have been in the Tenkaichi games. And not only do we have that, we got first of all we got we already had but we got Goten from GT. We've never had Goten from GT, and he was one of the main GT characters, right?
Now, we still don't have Gohan, but I ain't tripping about that. We got Bardock. We got Fasha. You know, we got Turles. We already had them. We got Tarble. I think he was in the Raging Blast games, if I'm not mistaken. We got King Vegeta. You feel me? These are characters that we do not have in Sparking. We got Pycon, Supreme Ka. They might add Supreme Ka with the Diamond DLC. We got all these characters. Let me see. Yeah, we got a lot of, we got all the Dragon Ball characters. Majority of the Dragon Ball characters are here. So, you know, the characters that wasn't in Sparking Zero. You know, we got all these new characters. We got Goku Black, Beerus. You know, like I said, this is the BT4 model. I haven't unlocked everybody. Like, I don't think I got Jiren. But like I said, we got all these different characters on here, bro. Like I said, they did a real good shout. Like I said, shout out to the people that made this game. We obviously have Ultra Instinct, but this is only MUI. They got it to where, like, UI sign is basically a outfit. So you see, I say Ultra Instinct sign. I don't really mind that. Don't really care too much about it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, it's like I said, this is a mod. I ain't expecting too much out of them. They probably do got some mod out there now where he a full character, but you know, like I said, I ain't tripping too much about that. But let's get into the other game modes though. You got Evolution Z. Now this right here is where you can buy Z items. You know, like I said, you could customize character presets. You seen, I don't know if y'all seen before, you had presets. You can customize it right here. You would click it, then you would go to, you see I say custom one, and then you can change the custom. You could equip an item to them, you know, like that, you feel me? Distribute Z points. This is how you, if I'm not mistaken, this is how you level up a character to the point where you can put more items on him. You know, I think that was a pretty cool thing. That actually made you want to play certain characters and, you know, get certain things with them so that so that you could put more items on them. You got the Patara shop. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's just called capsules on Sparking. You got the Patara shop. Let me go over. But you got all these different Patara things. I don't have everything, obviously, but they got a lot of crazy stuff on here. Like, they got Whis training up here. They got super regeneration cells. I'm pretty sure that's just you gain health back, you know, at certain points in time. But yeah, like I said, that's the Patara shop. And it actually it teaches you all about, they got something that actually, I guess, tells you all about it. Just pretty cool. You know, that's something that I don't think we have on Sparking Zero, but I mean, I'm pretty sure it's common sense at this point. I did not mean to click that. Okay, now let's go down to Ultimate Training. This is basically, I don't need to go over this. This is basically the same thing that was on Sparking Zero. We got practice and tutorial. That's tutorial mode. Like I said, it's basically the exact same thing. Practice mode is just you playing against the computer and you can change the settings of it. Like I said, we can go look at the tutorial for it. So we got basic. It shows you everything. Intermediate, advanced. We got all that. But everything is basically the same from this to Sparking Zero. You know, Baba's Palace. This is where you look and see like all your this is where you would look and see all your saved gameplay. This is where you would put passwords in that you would literally have to go scour the web just to find to actually get characters. This shows you let me see what the fighters catalog is. I guess, okay, this just shows you the characters that you have unlocked through a password. I unlocked GT Goku through a password. We got Zuno's Temple. I'm pretty sure this right here. And the angle, we had the little cutscene games. This right here, I think this, let me see. Okay, so this basically just tells you about all the different characters. So instead of it being Bulma this time, we got this. This is the character from Super. If I'm not mistaken, he just basically knows everything in the universe. You could basically think about him as I think, what's his nigga name on Marvel, the Watcher, whatever that bald head nigga name is that be in space. You could think about it like him, you feel me? But you got, obviously you got options. So like I said, bro, you know what I'm saying, you got a lot of stuff to do on here. In my opinion, it might have been a little bit more to do on Tenkaichi 3 than even just on this one. You know, you had like the, you know, the thing where you could, it basically was like a tower from Mortal Kombat that you would do on Tenkaichi that you could play, and you could unlock certain things just doing that. You know, so yeah, like I said, you know, it's not too much more. It's more on here than it is on Sparking Zero, but it's not too much more. You feel me? But I do think this was done with a lot more love. You know, obviously I think. But we got to be real. This game was basically just, once again, a mod on top of BT3. So a lot of the stuff that's on here is basically some of the stuff that's just in the base game of BT3. And if I'm being real, that's why it's so much better than Sparking Zero, because it's basically just BT3 with shit slapped on the top of it. You know, and you can't go wrong with BT3. But yeah, we finna do a match right quick. Let's look at all the maps right quick. Let's look at all the maps. We got one. Okay, no, we got the night cycle. We don't have an evening cycle, so that's one thing that I can say that Sparking Zero did. But we got Kami's Lookout. We got I think I forget what that one's called. We got Rocky Area, we got Wasteland. We actually don't have Wasteland on Sparking Zero, if I'm not mistaken. We don't have Wasteland. We got Plains, basically. We don't have Wasteland. We got Planet Namek, Agonizing Planet Namek. So that's like basically Thunder and stuff. We got Dying Planet Namek. We got Mountain Road. This is where Vegeta fought Android 18. We got Evening. We got Night Cycle right there. We got the Cell Games Arena Ruins. We got the Cell Games Arena Evening, Noon. We got Glacier. We don't have that. We got the Hyperbolic Tundra. I ain't gonna lie, Hyperbolic Tundra, we might fight there. That's probably where we fight on here, bro. We got Island. We got that on Spark Zero. We got the Other World Tournament. We don't have that. We got Supreme Cosmos. We got Hell. I ain't gonna lie, Hell is amazing. I love Hell. We might fight there, actually. I don't know why that's not as Spark Zero. We got City Ruins Future. We got South City. We got the Archipelago. We got Champa's Ring. We got the Tournament of Power. We got Tournament of Power Finale. That's a difference. So, there's a difference between those. We got Outer Space Planet Vegeta. We got Outer Space Earth. What was this one right here? We got Ice Continent, Penguin's Village, Baba's Palace. We got Kame House. I don't know how that's not in Sparking Zero. Ruined Earth, Planet Tuffle, Beerus Planet, Muscle Tower, West City. We got all these different maps on here, bro. We got all these different maps, man. So like I said, in terms of maps, like this game just did way better, and this is really, like I said, a lot of these maps is really just from BT3. Like I'm not gonna just give them complete credit for putting, unless it's like certain maps that's from Super, I'm not gonna give them too much credit for that. But like just all the maps that was in BT3 is way more than it's in Sparking Zero, and it's just very disappointing. But like I said, we got the little mini game that we can do. Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. Let me go ahead and get. Yeah, I had to get double digits. I couldn't get off here without getting double digits. You feel me? I'd have had to go back and restart. But here we got the little intro. I'm gonna let that play out right quick for y'all. There you go. Let's see if I still got it, man. Oh, come here, nigga. Yeah. Look at him. He don't know what to do. I am playing this on the OBS screen. Stop it, nigga. We blocked those. No, sir. Okay, hold on. Okay, he trying to go crazy. We sidestepped those. We sidestepped those, Bardock. Look at he trying to go. Oh no. Oh no. You can't see. Sidestep one is OP on here. This man try. Okay. Hold on. Let me go ahead. What's this? Go Super Saiyan 3 on you right quick, bro. Let me go ahead and go Super Saiyan 3 on you right quick. What you running away for it, bro? Don't run. Oh. See how you can press circle to recover faster? That's something that's not in the, what's it called games? Look at them. We sidestepped those, brother. Oh. You on my ass. But yeah. Hold on, do I got instant transmission? I do got instant transmission. He gonna run away. Oh, I ain't gonna lie, it's hard as hell to play on OBS. It's different playing on OBS than like if I was actually playing on the P3. Oh. But y'all see, this is a little bit different than Sparking Zero. One thing you gonna notice on here is like, even if I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it because like I said, I'm pretty trash right now. If you notice, Super Saiyan 3 charge a lot slower. Let me see, how do I transform to Super Saiyan Blue right quick? I wanna do that. How do I do that? Okay, I need to hold. Okay, bet. Dang, I ain't got enough stock for it. Okay. Y'all see, I'm trying to use some. Look at him. Look at him trying to cheese, but look at him playing like how y'all be playing on Sparking Zero, bro. Look at him. Yes, sir. Oh, it's not trying to let me transform? That mother not trying to let me transform, bro. What the world? But I guess we're gonna stay in Super Saiyan 3. I can't take grabs no more. Oh, this nigga trying to go crazy, bro. Bro, I put it on hard, bro. Why is this nigga going so crazy? Oh yeah. You wanna sit here and force, nigga? You got something for that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I had to show y'all this. I ain't gonna lie. Even if I lose this fight, we had to get the order. We had to get the order, you feel me? This was one of my favorite ults on BT3 for sure. Does that kill? Oh, that don't kill. What you running for, bro? See how I got key sickness though? I can't even charge no more. Look at this. No. I see he on my ass. This nigga trying too hard. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hold on, this nigga got a step in rolling hammer? Do he got a step in rolling hammer on BT3? Y'all see he finna go ahead and end me off in the gayest way possible. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh, man. But y'all see he got me up out of there, man. But yeah, this is my little comparison of the BT4 mod to the Sparking Zero game. In my opinion, I will say this, obviously Sparking Zero, like I was saying earlier, I think Sparking Zero did a lot better of a job when it came to online play and like having that as the focal point. I do think that. But one thing I will say is I think that the people that made this mod for BT3, they definitely put a lot of love into the game. They put a lot of time into it. And I think it probably was a little bit harder for them simply because they are modders. They don't have the technology that the people at Bandai and Spike Chunsoft had to make their games. So I mean, the fact that they was doing that and it's a free game shows that it's all love, you know. When it came to Sparking Zero, we don't even get like bi-weekly updates. You know, they still update this game to this day. They still update this BT4 mod to this day, adding new stuff all the time, bro. I just haven't got the most updated version. But yeah, like I said, this is my comparison of both games. Y'all let me know down in the comments which game would y'all rather play. You know, obviously, I think a lot of y'all might say Sparking Zero simply just because of the online features. But let's say they had online on here. Would y'all rather play this one? Now, once again, I did probably look trash just because I haven't played this one in a long time, and they feel kind of the same. Like the controls are obviously the same, but there's a big difference. And once again, I am playing through the OBS. Like I'm looking at the screen from my OBS. This is my first time doing this, by the way. So like everything is a little bit delayed. But yeah, like I said, y'all let me know down in the comments which game y'all think had more love put into it. But yeah, y'all let me know which one y'all would rather play. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I appreciate y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And Don Coolio out, bruh.